Hi everyone, it's Emily again with Emily Does It Herself. We are no longer in my bathroom, we're now in my kitchen because I need to replace my cooktop. So about a week ago, I was cooking some spaghetti, boiling some spaghetti on this burner right here. The water boiled over. I was in the other room, I heard a popping sound. I came in to investigate. I wasn't sure what happened. It seemed like maybe some water just got under the pot and made a popping sound. But as I was standing here, that dial right there popped and sparked and had some smoke come out of it. So water had gotten down into the electronics in that dial. It had a dial on it at the time and the gasket, but water got in there anyway and it burned out that dial, and it burned out the two LEDs that tell me if I have a burner on and if I have a hot surface. And a repairman came out and said it would be about $400 to fix it. And since cooktops cost about $600 and this one's older, I just thought, we'll just get a new one. So we have a new one and we are going to take this one out and install the new one today. So let's get started. Okay, before I get started, I want to just say that I'm not a professional. This is not professional electrician advice. I am just an amateur trying to save some money by doing some home improvements at home, so try at your own risk. I'm underneath the cooktop and there's a junction box where the electrical is connected, and so I need to remove this metal plate so I can get to the wires. Once it's loose, it's slotted, so you should be able to get it. All right, so again, we've turned off our electricity. So we get down here and get the wires, and you have simple black to black, red to red, and copper to neutral. So I'm going to remove the wing nuts and the electrical tape so that I can remove my current cooktop. Once you have that undone, there is a clamp here with a screw in it that tightens this in here so that it doesn't pull out. So you have to loosen that. Still not quite loose enough. There we go. All right, now I'm ready to remove the cooktop off of the countertop. Okay, I was getting ready to take this out and I noticed there's actually a bracket holding in. So I need to undo the bracket so that I can get it out. Of course, I can't see this other side. I can't see it. There we go. All right, I just bent it to get around it. Okay, so the cooktop is loose. What I'm gonna do so that I can get a good handle on it, I'm gonna push it up from the bottom and get a grip on it. I've put a towel here on the countertop so I can have a place to set it down. All right, that one is out. I've got to move it. I've got to get my new cooktop and prepare it to put down into the hole. All right, here's the new cooktop. We just need to unbox it and see what we have in there. My cooktop came with a sample size of Cerama Bright cleaner and kitchen safety tips and owner's manual, installation instructions, the screws in case I was installing it into like a Formica countertop or a butcher block countertop, but we have granite, so I'm not going to be using that. The registration info, use and care, just your regular leaflets and information. It also came with these brackets, which it does talk about if we're using it on a hard surface countertop like granite, that you could attach these here with some like liquid nails or that sort of thing to hold the countertop. But my other one did not have that. So I am just going to install it in the same way that the other one was. It seemed to do fine that way, so that's what I'm going to do. I need to clean up around here. So full disclosure, before I ordered the new cooktop, I pulled up my old cooktop and measured the cutout in my granite to make sure that the new cooktop would fit. My cutout is 29 inches across and a smidge over 20.5 deep. The one that I originally picked out to replace it was actually too small for the cutout, and there would not have been enough surface area for it to be safely installed. So I had to choose a different one. So be sure you check that out when you're looking at the specs for the cooktop that you're wanting to order. All right, I've got some muscle here to help me turn this around and flip it over. All right. And turn it and basically drop it into place. Can you put the wire down into the cutout? Okay. Right, and it should just drop in. Watch your fingers. You good? Mm-hmm. All right. So there it is. Now I just need to hook up the wires. Okay, so we got the cooktop in, and the electrical conduit comes out at a different spot on this cooktop. So I actually don't have enough room to hook it up there and use the electrical. So right now I'm just going to hook it in. We may end up putting something over here to hold it tight, but that doesn't need to happen in this video. I'm going to thread my wires down into this hole and get it down as far as I can. It's about as far as it's going. This is the screw, and it's not pointed on the end because you don't want it to eat through the conduit and actually hit a wire and possibly cut the insulation around it. So I'm just going to tighten it by my hand first, and then just a little bit more with the screwdriver. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to connect red to red and black to black. And neutral to ground. All right, so it is hooked up. We have our plate on top of the junction box. Now I need to go down and turn the power back on and test it out. All right, I have turned the power back on, and before I test it out, I'm gonna make sure that I pull this off so I don't burn any of this adhesive from these stickers onto my cooktop. And it does say before using it to do a protective coating of the Ceramibrite from that sample bottle that it sent us. So I'm going to do that before I cook anything on it. But right now I'm just testing to see if the electricity is to it and it's working. All right. I'm going to test my favorite burner here, which is always the front right one. All right, so we had our light come on. I feel heat. It works. All right, that was another video for Emily Does It Herself.